Welcome to Talk with Maria, where voices of the next generation takes center stage. Today's guest is a vibrant example of the new creative professional. Keeling is a photographer, performer, storyteller, and culinary artist. But more than titles, he's a truth seeker and a connector, someone using art to build bridges. Let's talk vision, voice, and living life as your own masterpiece. Keeling, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're involved in all these wonderful features. You're living life. Talk to me.
I'm just very grateful and humbled to be able to do everything that I'm able to do. I think taking it one step at a time has been definitely my go-to for this year, just making sure that I stay grounded on the foundation of everything that I believe in to order to continue producing art and continue to create and continue to inspire others.
And you are from Texas?
Yes.
Tell me about Texas, the hugest state in the whole wide world.
I grew up in Texas. My whole family's from Texas. And I think being away from home definitely made me...
And you're in New York. Let's just make that mention.
Yes.
Texas from New York. Hey, New York, welcome, Keeling.
I knew after high school I wanted to branch out and just see the world. And I visited New York in 2019 for the first time. And I was like, yeah, definitely come here for school, 100%.
Wow.
So
what was the highlight of your visit?
I think the people, and it's a weird thing to say, back home, I walk very fast.
Right.
I don't know why, but everyone points it out. And so I remember walking on the street and seeing how fast people were walking. And I was like, oh,
it's an iconic thing for New Yorkers.
Home.
Yes.
So I think that, and then just the community, the vibe, the fashion, and then seeing so many different people all together in one space just felt like home to me.
Just resonated.
Yes.
And you're at LIU.
Absolutely.
One of our wonderful nestled universities in our own backyard, and you're having fun.
Yes.
You're creating your music talents, you're exploring all the flavors of your culinary moves are just amplifying. Talk to me about all those good things.
For the culinary part,
yes,
inside of our dining hall, we have a teach kitchen. And that's just a space where other students can come in, cook their own meals. And one day I decided, why not just record myself making my food for that night? And I did that and I posted it. And then the director of the dining hall, or the marketing of the dining hall, she reached out to me. She said, would you be interested in hosting a cooking class?
Wow.
And I said, yes, never done it before, but I was like, why not?
Why not?
And so she said that, but I came in because she wanted to look at my full resume and things like that. And she saw all that I did before coming to school. And so I did the first cooking class, and it was kind of a trial process for the first semester to see how things would go, how students would react to it. But after doing it, it was a success. And I started doing it every Wednesday since then. And then she found out that I had my cooking show, Keeling's Kitchen, from back home that I did. And so that's what kind of pushed me to go to being a culinary marketing intern for the dining hall. And so the feeling that cooking comes with me, I want to make sure that other students, no matter what grade level, students, staff, faculty, alumni, they are able to feel what I feel when I cook. When I cook, the world disappears. There's nothing else going on. I could have the most stressful, busiest day. Once I'm in front of the stove, everything disappears. I don't know, something takes over me, and it's just a moment where I feel peace and it's just me and my food. Food doesn't talk. So it's just you and the food, and you have full creative vision to create whatever you want to create, whether it's good or bad. I know when I teach cooking classes, they say, well, I don't know how to do this or this. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Just cook and have fun. Yes. And then we'll worry about that along the way.
You also do photography.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So photography started out, actually, I think in 2018 is when I started to really gravitate towards it more.
Did you get a camera? Did someone buy you a gift and say,
yeah, so I don't know the exact year when it was, but yes, I asked for a camera for one Christmas a couple years ago. And at first they were like, because cameras are expensive, so they were like, are you gonna be serious with this thing? And I was like, yes. And so
I'm gonna be serious. Give me that camera.
I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
And I started taking pictures of literally anything I could. So nature, food, my family. I started off taking pictures of my family. And then once I was like, oh, I'm actually good at this. So I started taking...
Camera's working.
good. And so I started taking that and I turned that little hobby into a business. And so
Nice.
that's where that came from. And then I think the joy of taking pictures and other people seeing them, I think capturing the beauty in others and letting them see that is the biggest thing to me.
Yes. People love to see themselves, irrespective of what you feel. If you look at yourself good enough, you feel better.
Yes.
People needs momentum in today's time and the temperature of everything. People just want to be happy.
Yes.
And photography lends to that. I love photography myself.
Yes. Photography actually, which led me to taking pictures, taking headshots for all of the theater seniors or theater students inside of LIU. So now I've pushed that into school. So now I take
Nice.
headshots for students or for business headshot, theater headshots, whatever they need it for. So
Right. And you also sing.
I grew up a choir kid.
A choir kid.
Yes.
Oh my God. You remind me of Whitney Houston when you say that.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I could just imagine.
I can happily say in elementary school, I had a music teacher. Her name was Joy Duncan. And I remember in second grade, I think there was some type of show they were doing, and the choir was singing. And I was like, can I join? And she was like, no, not until you're in third grade. And it's all the way back. I remember this conversation vividly because it broke my heart that I couldn't join right away.
Right.
And so she said, come back next year and then we'll see. And so I did the little audition process that we had, and I joined the choir, and I've been in music ever since then. So third through fifth, I was in choir. Then fifth grade, I was in 3 choirs at the time, actually. And then middle school, I did singing. Then high school, I went to a performing arts high school in Dallas.
Wow.
And so through there, I was in the music performance track, and I've been singing ever since.
So what do you sing? Baritone?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
I guess we should say a baritoner, so a baritone and a tenor,
Yes.
but in the middle. Like I said, the main thing about art and creating art and just having a gift that you can share, is making sure that other people can feel what you're giving off and being vulnerable in what you do, because that's the perfect thing that everyone wants to see.
We have to take a quick break. We will be right back and continue our conversation with Keeling. Welcome back to Talk with Maria. Today we are talking with photographer, performer, storyteller, and culinary artist Keeling. I see you on Broadway. Is that one of the things you're aspiring to do?
It's definitely one of the things I see somewhere down the line in the future.
Yes,
So,
I see that for you.
thank you.
And I'll be there looking at you on stage.
I'll make sure I have a seat just for you.
Absolutely, definitely. Do you feel pressure choosing one lane, or is that outdated thinking?
I think society as a whole has a tendency to I think anyone push them into having one thing that they should do and one thing they should be good at.
Right.
And growing up, I was taught that if you have a God-given gift,
Right.
use it. And sometimes people do have that one gift that can transform millions. And then sometimes people have many different gifts
Right.
that can do many different things. And for a second, I did feel like I have to just do one thing. I'm very flexible and free and willing to do anything that life and God throws at me. It's pushed me harder to make sure that what I've built and what I've done and what I've created is better than it ever was.
Do you feel personal to any one of your art better than the other?
Photography, because that's when I'm my most creative, I think. Yes, I'm taking pictures of others, but it's all the little technical aspects that go into it. It's
Right.
the lighting, it's the editing, it's to make sure which lens is best for which
Yes.
situation, and it's pushed me into everything. It's pushed me into the colors. That's how I started my YouTube series, Keelan's Kitchen, with filming and making.
Keelan's Kitchen,
Yes,
I love it.
well, I guess we will talk about that as
Yes,
well,
I love
too.
it. Keelan's Kitchen.
So yeah, so photography is definitely my foundation of what I do.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
It's something that I don't know if I created. It's garlic parmesan mashed potatoes. It's actually what I made on the very first episode of
Wow.
Keelan's Kitchen. Of course I had chicken and cornbread and things like that with it, but
Chicken and cornbread.
Yes, you know what? I'll make sure I make you some.
Oh,
I'll make sure I make
definitely.
you
I'm
some.
coming over. Yes.
But yes, so it's, and the thing is how I cook. I just throw a bunch, just have fun, experiment. Use your senses, just feel what you're doing.
How do you apply the garlic to that mashed potato?
Okay. I like to use fresh garlic mint. I like to mince my own garlic, and I also like garlic powder for the very end. So because they have two different flavors, because one is garlic powder, one is actual fresh garlic. It's like that slight hint when you add the garlic powder at the end that you make sure it boosts all the flavors inside. So yes.
Delicious. And mashed potatoes. I'm sure a lot of the people that are looking today love mashed potatoes.
I love mashed
Yes.
potatoes. So yes.
And yeah,
Do you like cream cheese?
I love cream cheese.
Add a little cream cheese to your
Yes.
mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Just see what that does for you.
That cream cheese just have something to do with it that is just amazing.
Yes.
With so many platforms and tools today, the digital space is a studio for millions. How do you stay authentic in that noise?
In the world that we live in now, it's very easy to get sucked into this bubble of what's trending, or you see someone do something, oh, I have to be like them, or I have to do it like this person. No. When you're creating something, always stay true to you. Always remember why you started, and always remember that feeling of when the idea first came to you.
Right.
When I created Keelan's Corner digital media agency,
I love it.
I remember the exact time, the exact day, July 22nd, 2024, when that feeling hit me of that I should do it.
Wow.
And times have definitely been hard, especially creating it and managing it, of course, with school and all the other
Right.
things that I do. But I never forget that feeling of when it first hit me, and then the why. It's always about the why.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this?
What's the purpose of doing what you're doing? I love your creativity. So you just specifically remember that date and time that you just moved into that motion.
I did. It was right before school, like I said,
Right.
July. So yes, and I was like, how can I move what I do home to school? And so I remember I sat down, I prayed about it, walked away from
I
it.
love that. Pray about it.
Yes.
Very important.
Every decision that you make, pray before you make it. It won't hit you right away, but when it hits you, you feel it.
Yes.
I do web design, I do resume design, and film and photography. So I was like,
You must be paying your own way through school.
not yet, but soon. But I took that, and it was at the corner. It's all this is in my corner, all this is in my back pocket. And so when I had that idea, I immediately sat down, wrote it all out, and I took that and I brought it here. And so now
Nice.
it led me here to talk with you today.
Oh, wow. And I am so happy that Keeling is here talking with us today.
Yes.
And you have a performing arts session that's going on this week.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So tonight, actually, for LIU, I'm in the BFA musical theater program. And as a first year, we have what we call a first year showcase. And it's basically, I'm in an ensemble with a certain amount of numbers of students from the first year class. And then we come together and we simply just make art and showcase what we learned from the first 2 semesters, and really share what we have to offer, especially as first year students.
Wow. So tonight is your premiere.
Yes,
on
tonight
stage.
is our opening night, and this will be
Yay.
all of our first times performing on the main stage.
Nice.
So, yes.
Woo. And they have a real main stage.
Yes.
Let me tell you, you almost feel like you're on Broadway on that stage.
Yes.
Amazing. So your parents are coming in?
Yes, yeah. Tomorrow they will be here, and I miss them so much, so I'm definitely
Aw.
excited to see them.
I can imagine. That would be such a proud moment for them to be on stage, just looking at their wonderful child, just being creative, coming to New York. I'm sure when you decided to leave Texas, your mom probably looked at you and says, "Why New York?"
When I took my first trip to New York in 2019, she took me. I think it was a birthday present for me.
Nice.
So yes, because it was the only thing I asked for. So I just want to see my favorite show on Broadway. And she was like, "Okay, we're gonna go."
Yes.
And
What was your favorite show?
Funny Girl.
Funny girl. I love it.
Funny
Oh my
Girl.
God.
That's
Did you
my
enjoy
show.
it?
I loved every second of it.
Wow.
So yeah, so she took me and she saw that she was like, okay, this is where he wants to go. But my grandma actually, she was like, why New York? She's like, do you have to go that far? She's like, there's a school
I agree.
there's a school 15 minutes up the road. I was like, no, so I wanna, but now everyone in my family loves that I'm here and the work that I'm doing here.
Yes.
So
And you're in a safe haven with us.
yes.
We'll take good care of you. Yes. We have to take a quick break. When we return, we continue our conversation with Keeling. Welcome to Talk with Maria, where voices of the next generation takes center stage. Today we are talking with a truth seeker, a connector, someone using the art to build bridges, Keeling. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're in New York, you're on the Talk with Maria show, and we're enjoying your company. What's your approach to content with intention versus impulse?
My approach is to just always just have fun.
Yes.
I feel like when creating and doing the behind the scenes, there's so many technical aspects that goes into everything. Lighting, audio, sometimes writing a script or just making sure that everything is perfect. I had to learn nothing's perfect. And just have fun in what you're doing. Like right now, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Having a whole lot of fun over here.
Yes.
So, but when I create content that sometimes it's out of impulse, I just pull out my phone, record or do whatever. That's just out of a feeling that I have, oh, this needs to be recorded, or I have a good feeling about this. But sometimes I have to sit down or plan an episode or plan a film production date or set or section. It gets really technical really fast. But I like to have fun and write, and I love writing scripts. So all the videos that I showed you previously, I always have fun writing down my ideas and just kind of laughing it through. So yes, always have fun in what you do and just don't think about it having to be perfect. Nothing's perfect, there's gonna be mistakes, but always find beauty in the mess ups.
In the world of craving connection, artists have the power to lead movements. What's your mission as a creator?
My mission as a creator is to spread joy and spread positivity throughout the world. When I make something, when I film something, when I write something, when I produce something, when I compose something, it's always to make sure that I evoke a feeling of anything. I want everyone to feel what I have to offer, especially when writing music,
Yes.
I want people to feel what I was feeling while writing it, and then to hopefully heal them from what they're going through, from what they're doing. I always want to make people feel good or feel something.
Yes.
Art is dead without emotion. Art is dead
Totally.
without feeling. So when you have something, you see something, when you make something, always make sure that there's a place of love and vulnerability inside of it, because without that, there's nothing.
Totally agree. Who inspires you?
My family. There's not a specific person. Everyone in my family from growing up has worked for what we have. They have hustled into everything that we own today, and that growing up seeing that, it made me to the person I am today. It taught me whatever you have, whatever you want, whatever you dream of, go after it, no matter what. Go full force after it and never stop believing in yourself. That's one thing that I took very personally to me. Everyone growing up has taught me to just live life, but always remember who you are and what you're doing. And so I think everyone in my family, and then even my two best friends from back home, Alexis and Georgina,
Alexis and Georgina.
yes, they're like sisters to me.
Right.
So they're my family. They always kept me grounded, always kept me going forward. So having that strong support system has made me into everything that I believe in, everything to the person I am today.
I love your positivity. I love your energy. And I hope that through today's show, people can feel that energy and feel good about themselves. What do you have to say about someone that's afraid to start, that's feeling lost, maybe an artist in the gloom?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there holding my head, I have my pen, I have my camera, I don't know what to do with myself. What would you want to say to that person?
Do it. Trust me, I have been there many of times. There's some times where you get the feeling that, oh, I need to do something, I need to create, I need to do it, which is true. Because trust me, I've had that
Yes.
feeling. But there's nothing wrong with just write it down. If you get a blank piece of paper in front of you, you have a pen.
Blank piece of papers always work.
It does. It's a blank piece of paper, nothing on it, a blank canvas. You have the pen. You have control of that pen. Just write it
Yes.
down. And if you don't like it, scratch it, throw it away, start again.
Yes.
You
Start again. Don't give up.
never give up on what you're doing. There have been times where I have had burnout. It happens naturally.
Right.
It happens to anyone, no matter what profession you're in. But never forget why you started. That's what keeps the flame going. And if you are stuck, like I said, just try something. You never know what's going to come out if you never try.
That's correct.
Yes.
Totally. What's your mantra for staying creative and grounded?
I always told myself that no matter what, I have to believe in me. And sometimes you just have to just take a breath. Always. Like I said, life gets so crazy and hectic sometimes. Just take a breath, just breathe.
Right.
And remember that you have to invest in yourself. Nobody else will. At the end of the day, nobody can believe in you more than you. That's just not how that works. We come to this world alone, we die alone, we go through hard times, unfortunately, alone. We go through the good times sometimes alone. When creating Keelan's Corner, my tagline was, invest in yourself. If not you, then who?
Right.
Because
It's not you, but who?
yes, because nobody,
love
I would
it.
bet my bottom dollar on me.
Yes.
And I would rather take that risk and that bet than anyone else because I trust me
Yes.
more than anybody else should
It's like
trust
horse
me.
racing.
Yes. So always stay true to yourself. Always invest in yourself. Believe in yourself because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will. And honestly, it's not anybody else's job to believe in you.
That's correct.
That's just how I see it. So always make sure that at the end of the day, you have your back. So yes.
How did your upbringing shape your leadership style today? I love your style. I love your leadership style. You know, growing up, there's a lot of moving parts. How did that format? What's your best memory of growing up?
I give all the credit in the world to my dad. He taught me to always walk in the room and no matter what, first impressions are everything. And growing up, he would talk my ear off in the car about any and everything.
Nice.
But with that, I loved it. I loved every second of it. And then sometimes he'd be about any and everything, but he slip in a life lesson here and there.
Yes.
But he's been doing that since I was in elementary school. But he always said, be humble and lead.
Be humble and lead. I love that.
Yes.
What's your dad's name?
Kendrick, but
Kendrick.
his name is Kendrick, but everyone calls him Ken. So
Okay.
yes. But yes,
Nice.
but that's
What's
my
his
dad.
profession?
He's a barber. I was the first haircut that he ever did. And so I have old pictures of him cutting my hair like when I was way younger. And
Wow,
so
that's very interesting because I remember cutting my son's hair and giving him that haircut that they were like, Mom, never again.
so he back home he was the only one I would let touch my head.
Yes.
And so but coming here I didn't have that, so he taught me how to cut my hair.
Right.
So
Which you do a great job, by the way. It looks
thank you.
very becoming.
Thank you.
We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more from Keeling. Yay. Welcome to Talk with Maria, where voices of the next generation take center stage. Today's guest is creative, professional, photographer, performer, storyteller, and culinary artist, all the way from Texas, Keeling. I am so overjoyed to have you with us today. Where do you see yourself after you graduate?
For a long time, I said that after graduation, I was immediately going to walk off and do a tour of a show.
Okay.
And then I got to LIU, and then I started doing everything that I took with me, and it's led me to so many different rooms, so many different places, like here.
Right.
And so a lot of that, I'm starting to find myself and really figure out, maybe I could do this, maybe I would do that. So right now, honestly, I'm just really trusting in God that He knows where I'll end up at.
The script's already written.
Yes,
and the most powerful thing that you've said is trusting in God.
Yes.
Trusting in God is the mega format. Everything that we do once we trust in God, guarantee it's going to take you to the right.
My main focus right now is living through the faith and working in the faith, because faith without work is dead.
Absolutely.
And so right now, I'm just doing everything I can to make sure that I am built for success in the future. So long nights, long days, putting in the work now so that I have what all I worked for in the future is already set.
Keelan, it was such a pleasure having you. I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you on the big stage. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy New York. We would enjoy everything that you have to offer. And I just might step by and see your show before it ends.
Do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on the Talk with Maria show today. I hope you found our conversations informative and inspiring. Visit our website, talkwithmaria.com, for resources and information. Share your thoughts on social media using Talk with Maria hashtag. Until next time, stay healthy, stay laughing. Talk with Maria is made possible by, if you're passionate about helping others, become a certified home health aide with Home Health Aide Training Institute, 516-333-3689, or visit hhati.com. Experience the authentic taste of Italy in the heart of Westbury, Rialto Restaurant. Make your reservation at 516-997-5689. Brooklyn Boulevard Home Care. They care for you in the comfort of your own home. To schedule your care, call 718-683-8303.